What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Gino and I am back here with another video. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube video like this, like just a sit down talk video. But I do want to, it's my dog. I don't even know if y'all can hear that, but I do want to talk about an interesting topic today with you guys. And maybe just share a couple key points that I find a very interesting, and I just kind of want to talk about this issue because it's becoming a really huge issue right now. So I have a short clip for you guys to watch. Basically, Japan is done with the immigration. Like, they're done with foreigners. Like, they're sick of it. Yesterday, Japan had a march in Osaka, which is my hometown, or I like to call it my hometown because I lived there for a little bit. I know I'm not a Japanese national, I'm not a local or nothing like that, but I did used to live there for a couple of years. And I want to just speak on this topic because it's very interesting, man. How the Japanese they're sick of it, bro. They don't want anything to do with immigration. They don't want foreigners coming into their country anymore. And they're now protesting and marching down in Osaka. So take a look at this short clip real quick, and we're gonna get back in the discussion. Okay, so as y'all saw, basically the Japanese, couple thousand Japanese people were marching down in Osaka protesting about immigration. And they basically want to end all of immigration, which it just kind of, it's kind of like blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind a little bit because, you know what I'm saying, there's a couple key points I have to talk about that, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I love Japan. I love Japanese food. I love the Japanese people. I have a lot of Japanese friends back there. I do. I have a lot of Japanese friends. So this is in no way, shape, or form disrespect to the Japanese people at all. This is just my key points and my argument about why immigration should not be ended in Japan. So yeah, I've read a lot of comments on Twitter, the post and everything about foreigners are ruining the Japan, they're ruining the culture, and it's like they're just so sick of foreigners causing disturbances and disrespecting the shrines and historical temples and shit like that. And and it's I completely understand where they're coming from. I do. Don't get me wrong, I understand where the Japanese are coming from when they're just completely sick and tired of foreigners disrespecting their culture. And I completely understand it. But to protest and march against immigration laws and stuff like that, it just gets to a point where it's like, we can't, it's 2025, right? We kind of have to progress. We have to keep progressing as human beings. We can't keep staying stagnant and can't keep staying in the same old ways. I'm just going to put it bluntly like this. Japan cannot survive without immigration. And I'm going to tell you why Japan will not survive without immigration. So I've had this conversation plenty of times with people. I've argued online about this several times, and you know what I'm saying? Even the Japanese agree with me on this. Well, some of them agree. It's a good point that so there's companies in Japan that are very let's just say for the lack of better words, shitty. called black companies. They overwork you. They don't pay you shit. And a lot of times you have to do overtime without extra pay. You get 30-minute lunch breaks, like shit like that. You barely get any holidays off. Like, they have companies like that in Japan. And a lot of times in those companies, they will have foreigners work there because they know foreigners, they want to live in Japan. So these Japanese companies they'll hire foreigners, like you guys will see a lot of Indians, Pakistanis, and Africans and stuff like that work in these companies, because guess what? No Japanese people actually want to work these shitty ass companies. So it's like, that's another key point that you guys are not listening. Like, a lot of these jobs that are in Japan that you see these Indians working at, or the fucking Africans, or the random ass race, you'll be like, whoa, what the fuck are you working here for? Like, how did you even get here? That's the shitty companies that Japanese people don't want to work at. And it's like, if they don't get foreigners to work these certain positions and jobs, then, you know what I'm saying, some of these businesses, they'll end up going out of business and stuff like that. So I really think having foreigners and immigration is really good for Japan, not only because of the black company jobs and the shitty jobs that nobody else is wanting to work at, but another key factor is that the birth rate is declining drastically. And this is like a very known worldwide topic about Japanese. Is like, these guys are not having kids. Like, I swear, I lived in Japan for a couple of years, and I maybe saw, in my entire time in Japan, I've maybe seen like 4 or 5 pregnant women my entire time. Like, you go to America, every 5 minutes you see a pregnant woman. But it's like Japan, bro, it's like seeing a pregnant woman is like a rare occurrence. Like, you never see a pregnant woman in Japan. And it's like, you really wonder why. And what I'm thinking the problem is Japan is a very antisocial country. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody, but most people are introverts. They don't really talk to women like that. They don't really do nampa there. They don't really do that type of thing. But not only that, the economy is really bad. People don't make a lot of money in Japan unless you have a really, really good job, like you're a doctor or an accountant or something of that sort. People don't make good money. The minimum wage, not the minimum wage, but the average wage for like a 20-year-old in Japan is like $1,000. It's like $1,200, $1,300, something like that. That's like the average wage for like a 20-year-old in Japan. So it's like, at that wage, you can barely take care of yourself, bro. And that's why a lot of these kids, these 20-year-old, you see a lot of 20-year-old, 21, 22-year-old kids still living with their parents. And it's like, yeah, it's a traditional thing. Most girls live with their parents until they get married. But another reason why is because they are not getting paid enough. Realistically speaking, they're just not getting paid enough to be living on their own. And it's understandable, bro, because the wages that people get in Japan are significantly low than any other country, Western country. So it's like, that's another key factor when it comes to foreigners, I guess, moving to Japan, because a lot of foreigners already have money, I guess, coming into Japan. And a lot of foreigners that immigrate to Japan, more American European, let's just say that. I don't know about the Indians and whatever, they might actually be coming here to work. But a lot of these other people, like Western countries, are coming over to either study, or they're getting married, and, you know, they're on pension. And all the older American guys and Europe guys, they're all older, marrying their Japanese wives and retiring and living nicely, and, you know, and that's all fine and dandy, but these guys are actually contributing to the economy, believe it or not, because they're spending a lot of money, and they're impregnating Japanese women. They're you know what I'm saying? They're boosting up the birth rate, which is a good thing. Y'all should want foreigners to impregnate Japanese women. And for the Japanese men, y'all should want to impregnate foreign girls. It's going to help your country in the long run, bro. I don't know how many times I gotta say this. It's like you guys' birth rate is declining so fast, and for you guys to go down there marching and say, "Fuck this! We want immigration ended. We don't want no more foreigners coming into our country." And it's like, guys, I'm gonna say this like very slowly and clearly for you guys, so you guys can really understand it. Japan strives off of tourism, gang. And I'm not gonna say your country would be doomed without tourism and immigration, but there's a 50% chance your country would be doomed without immigration and tourism. Let's be completely honest, bro. Why do you think the government allows so many foreigners to immigrate into Japan? And yet here y'all are sitting in the comments on Twitter getting mad at the black people, the Africans, the Indians, the Pakistanis, the Mexicans, the white Europeans. Y'all getting mad at all of the foreigners moving into Japan, but at the end of the day, we're helping your economy out, gang. Without us, your economy, think about Kyoto for example. Kyoto strives literally only off of tourism. Kyoto is literally filled with tourists. It literally strives off of tourism, bro. You cannot sit here and say Kyoto would be thriving without tourism. Kyoto would be a ghost town without tourism. Let's just be completely real here, bro. And this is no bias shit. This is like, I respect Japan. I love Japan. I love Japanese people. I love the food, everything. Love the culture. It's an amazing country. But let's be realistic here. The country would not strive without tourism and immigration. Now, I know a lot of tourists cause problems in Japan. You know, that's a known fact. It's getting pretty bad out there now. You know what I'm saying? Even I did some fucked up shit back then, but you know what I'm saying? I don't live in Japan anymore. I moved out of that country because I felt like, you know, I wasn't very welcome there. You know, but I did enjoy my time there while I was there. Made a lot of friends. And I will visit there from time to time again as a tourist. You know what I'm saying? Not as a permanent resident. But like I said, I just think that immigration is a really good thing for Japan, and it's like Japanese people have to stop looking at this as a bad thing, as a negative thing, that more foreigners are coming to Japan. 3% of Japan's population is foreigners. Like, I cannot imagine Americans going down there marching in Washington, D.C. and protesting because we have 3% foreigners in the country, which, by the way, Americans have way more foreigners in the country than 3%, let's be honest. But I cannot imagine Americans just going out marching and protesting because we have 3% foreigners in our country. It's like, guys, we gotta move on. It's 2025, bro. And at some point, it's like, it's becoming too big. The video got 28 million views on Twitter. That is a lot of fucking views, bro. And that means this issue is becoming a real big problem in Japan, which I don't really understand why immigration is a problem in the first place. You guys will always have your anime. You guys will always have your shrines. You will have your kimonos. You will have your ramen. You will have your temples. You will have your kimonos. You will have your sushi. You know what I'm saying? You guys will still have your culture. Nobody's taking that away from you guys. I promise you, no foreigner is coming to Japan to take away your culture. Most people that move to Japan are moving for a better life, a more peaceful life, a more a life that they can get away from, because their old home is just not, it's not what they want in life. And you know what I'm saying? I think that's a good thing, bro. You should want to move to different countries. You should want to see other places. You should want a better life for yourself. And I don't blame them, the foreigners, for wanting to move to Japan. Another key point I want to point out, why do you guys think that there is so many Japanese people going abroad? A lot of people think Japan is a very it's a very like what's the word? Not a sci-fi, but it's a very high developed country. And guys, no. I've lived in Japan for years. There are some places that still do not accept credit cards. They only accept cash. There are places in Japan that still use fax machines. Guys, Japan is not as advanced as you guys think. Stop boasting and shitting on other countries because of what you see on the internet. Japan has little robots that'll bring you your dinner, bro. Bro, America has that shit too. Japan is not that advanced, gang. It's not that advanced. It is a normal ass country. It's a second world country, bro. Stop boasting and acting like it's that. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's like the future. It's not, bro. It's not. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. It's not. Now, they have a really good transportation system. I'll say that. Amazing transportation system. They have some advanced qualities in Japan that that you could say is, I guess, advanced for 2025, but it's like, dude, Japan is a normal country, bro. Let's be realistic. It's an amazing country, but it's a normal country, bro. It's not that advanced. So it's like, I'm just having a hard time understanding why we're protesting against immigration and foreigners, and it's I feel like it should be normalized. Japan should be bringing in more foreigners. They should be shipping in foreigners by the boatload. They should be shipping Africans on boats right now. They should be shipping Indians on boats right now. They should be shipping the motherfucking Koreans and Chinese on the boats right now. Because guess what? At the end of the day, bro, these Japanese people are declining. You guys are committing self-genocide right now by not having more babies. If you get black niggas out there like me, I'm impregnating everybody out there. As much seed, I'm just loading up seed, more seed, more seed, more seed. As much seed as I can, I'm impregnating as many girls as I can. Because at the end of the day, I know that's going to contribute back to the Japanese society. And my little Blasian babies are going to be safe, and they're going to have a very wonderful life. And that's what I really want for Japan. I really want to see the country succeed. And for the country to succeed, we really need immigration, bro. We need more foreigners in the country. We need more Indians cooking curry in the kitchen. We need more Africans scamming on it. Let me stop saying. Nah, the African niggas that be scamming on, them niggas need to go for sure. But the general black niggas that really be there, like, starting families and you know what I'm saying, having a good life, not bothering, not disturbing nobody, just enjoying life and enjoying Japanese culture, like, I don't see any problem with them being in Japan. And it's like, we kind of have to come to a consensus here that immigration is for the greater good. Because at the end of the day, your birth rate is declining quickly, fast, by the day. And I don't know if y'all know this fact, but majority of Japan's population is old people. So if you think about that, once you pass like 40 years old, motherfuckers not having no kids no more. So who is finna be having kids then? If majority of the population is old, who's finna be popping out babies? Bang! You know what I'm saying? So we gotta start thinking, how can we start producing more babies? We ship over BBC, we ship over the Indian niggas, you know they love fucking. We gotta ship over the Koreans, the Chinese, we gotta ship over the Thais, we gotta ship over the Europeans, more Europeans, we gotta ship over Americans. We just gotta start shipping niggas over by the boatloads and just start pushing out babies, bro. Because at this point, y'all's country is committing self-genocide, and I cannot stand for this, bro. I love the Japanese people, and I want to see y'all strive to be better, and I want to see y'all do good, and I want to see your country go to the top, be #1. And the only way to do that is if we start shipping motherfucking foreigners by the boatload, guys. I'm sorry, guys, but it has to happen. And that is it for this YouTube video, guys. I know there's a lot of points where immigration is bad. People think you're gonna fuck up the culture, and we want Japanese to be pure. We want Japan to be pure Japanese, and it's ruining our culture and our dignity. And it's like, gang, but you're only thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about your country as a whole. Your country as a whole needs foreigners. That's the end. Your country needs foreigners to strive. And that's just how it is. It is what it is. Blame the white Americans for bombing your country, not the black people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the first one to say that, but all I'm saying is the black people didn't bomb your country. So don't act like we're the ones coming over there fucking up your country and turning it into a hellhole. Like, no, that's not what we're there for. You know what I'm saying? I embrace Japanese culture, and I love Japanese culture, and I respect it. And you know what I'm saying? And I really hope that we can all come to a consensus here that immigration needs to stay. That's going to be the end of this video, guys. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. I don't know when I'll be making another YouTube video, but I might start live streaming again. Kick.com/Gino. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back live soon, guys. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, I'm dealing with my own personal problems right now that I gotta get through and focus on before I can start grinding. But I do got y'all with a little bit of YouTube content in the meantime. Love you guys. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on kick.com/Gino. Peace. Shout out Japan. And shout out to my black brothers in Japan that's striving right now. Hopefully you guys are living well. I'll see you guys next time.